Let's get real for a second. Every day we're bombarded with stories and images that make us question what's happening to our world. All over the news I see headlines that feel like they belong in a different world. Drag shows for kids, Christians called bigots, and the name of Jesus getting silenced. It's not just on TV, it's in our schools, workplaces, and even our homes. The culture is shifting fast, and it feels like the ground is moving beneath our feet. And honestly, I hear this question more than ever. Should Christians just stay quiet, or is it time to make some noise? People are wrestling with how to respond, torn between wanting to keep the peace and feeling a deep conviction to stand up for what's right. The West was built on Christian values: justice, family, faith, freedom. These aren't just old-fashioned ideas, they're the foundation of our laws, our communities, and our sense of right and wrong. From the abolition of slavery to the civil rights movement, it was Christians who led the charge for justice and mercy. But look around. Those foundations are under attack, and let's be honest, the church is growing silent. Attendance is dropping, churches are closing, and the voice that once shaped nations is fading into the background. Some say it's just being peaceful. But I'm telling you, silence in the face of evil isn't wisdom, it's surrender. Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who stood against the Nazis, said, "Not to speak is to speak, not to act is to act." History shows us that silence can be deadly. The Bible is crystal clear. Ephesians 5:11 tells me to expose the deeds of darkness, not ignore them. We're called to be salt and light, not to blend in or hide when things get uncomfortable. Paul says, preach the word, correct, rebuke, encourage. He didn't say, preach when it's popular. He said, be ready in season and out of season. That means when it's easy and when it's not. Proverbs, the righteous are bold as a lion. Think about Daniel in Babylon or Esther before the king. They risked everything to stand for truth, and God honored their courage. When darkness rises, God's people don't hide. Daniel didn't. Moses didn't. Elijah sure didn't. They faced kings, mobs, and even death, but they stood firm because they knew who they served. Now, I'm not saying we should throw bricks or riot in the streets. Jesus called us to be peacemakers, to love our enemies, and to pray for those who persecute us. But I am saying we must speak truth boldly, defend the voiceless, and refuse to bow down to false gods, even if it costs us. Whether it's standing up for the unborn, protecting religious liberty, or simply refusing to compromise your faith at work, it matters. Jesus confronted corruption. Paul went to the public square. The early church stood out, not blended in. They were known for their love, but also for their courage to speak truth to power. If we stay silent, darkness only gets louder. Evil doesn't retreat on its own, it advances when good people do nothing. If the church tiptoes around truth, we're letting the next generation slip through our fingers. Our kids are watching, they need to see faith that's alive, not afraid. This isn't just politics, it's a spiritual war, light versus darkness, truth versus deception. Ephesians 6 says we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against spiritual forces of evil. God isn't looking for the biggest crowd, he's looking for the boldest hearts. Gideon defeated an army with just 300. David faced Goliath alone. It's not about numbers, it's about faith. So stand up, speak out, because if we lose our voice, we lose our purpose. The world needs hope, and God has chosen us to bring it. Subscribe, share, join the front line, comment below. Should Christians speak up or stay silent? Your voice matters more than you think.